Good evening. See, until and unless we are having some knowledge of the subject, okay, we cannot clear the answers, right? Because several of the people are coming along with the tricks, right? What trick you have to apply, how to eliminate, how to understand the question, and how to delete the answer XYZ, guys, right? Because the social media is now rampantly available. Each and every bugger who is having a little bit of knowledge is coming out with his own video saying that you have to go on with this technique, then you will be clearing the preliminary examination. Okay, one of the fellow has written the book, guys, with 25 hacks, how to get more than 120 marks in preliminary examination. Okay, none of the hack or none of the trick which is there in the civil services is permanent, and it will be continuously acting. Okay, guys, are you clear what I'm trying to tell? Right? None of the trick is permanent trick, and none of the trick will be acting throughout in the same manner. Okay, and it is easy for the faculties to analyze the question paper after it has come in the examination. Getting the point? After something has been given in the examination, what the faculties will be doing, they'll be analyzing the things, stating that this question has been asked so and so year, right? This has been asked so and so year, XYZ. The previous year's explanations and analysis will be given, and they'll be differentiating the questions into very tough, easy, very easy. Very easy are not there in the UPSC, guys. That 90% or 60% will be tough questions, right? And only 40% will be varying between easy and a little bit more tough, guys. So always we'll be having the tough questions only, right? So until and unless you are having the totality of the subjects, the conceptual clarity, right, you cannot get the correct answer. Because all these tricks which are present from early times, guys, when we were preparing for the civil service examination, when we have written the examination, at that time also the same tricks were followed. How to eliminate, right? How to identify the question, which is the question where if some of the questions have been given the perfect percentages, right? Generally, if the questions are being given some percentage and the data, mostly they are wrong questions, guys. Sorry, the answers will be wrong. Simply to confuse us, they'll be giving the perfect or exact percentage. Because most of the people, when they are reading, they'll not be reading in the true sense. There's a reason because of what happened. Most of the students will be having the ambiguity, right? Because in two of the questions, they'll be having whether to go with the A or with the B. That sort of ambiguity will be coming when the conceptual clarities are absent. Okay, instead of reading several of the books again and again, X has given one material, Y institution has given one material, right? This is the material of the previous topper, right? They are all same. The mismanaging ideas, guys, they are simply wasting your time. Read any idiotic material available in the earth, on the earth. Any idiotic material, not necessary that it is the topmost material of the earth, guys. Any material. Read that material 15 to 20 times. Okay, when you read that material 15 to 20 times, each and every line sentence given in that explanation will be giving you an opportunity to think over. Okay, your thinking is more important because the analysis of your mind is more important, guys. Right? So if you say that, yes, sir is standing in front of us. He is trying to explain the prelims navigator. Right? The other person may say, yes, sir is standing, right? But he is explaining geography related questions. Both are correct. right? The other person who is coming from outside, if he is a layman, he may think that what he is trying to tell, the class is full. Okay, the same situations will be there, but the perceptions of understanding will be differing from person to person. This is the reason because of which, if you want to get the perfect answer, your conceptual clarity should be compulsion, guys. Right? There's a reason because of which many times they say that you read in between the lines, read beyond the sentences, because wherever our reading ends, okay, wherever our reading ends, the UPSC thing starts from there, guys. We think that everything has been read by us. When you go to the examination hall, the UPSC will be giving something which you have not read. Right? Always it happens. Then how to clear that type of questions? What will be important for you to clear that sort of questions? And if you are conceptually clear, guys, right? If the conceptual clarity is perfect, and if you are reading any of the sentence 4-5 times or 10 times, single sentence, you are all matured, guys, right? Those who prepare for the examination or you have written the examination, so you think that you know everything, right? So I know, so just I am giving a reading, they say. Or somebody says that, sir, I have completed my revision, or I have completed once, I am going for the revision. That is not at all correct, guys. Never the preparation will be completed, and never you will be having the revision taking place. Every time you read, why we or many of the people will be asking you to read your NCERTs before going to the examination or before coming for any of the coachings? Any idea? Because in the NCERTs, they will be never repeating any of the sentences. You go through the NCERTs, they will never repeat the sentences, guys. Every sentence is a new sentence, and every sentence has given its own meaning. Right? And that sentence, if you understand, you can understand what will be the next thing which has not been written there. That is most important, guys. Right? And when we talk about the themes of questions which have been asked in the previous examination, that the same thing which we used to read 30 years before, you are reading the same thing except the current affairs, guys. Same books, right? Same materials, everything is same. But what happened? The analytical part has increased, and these YouTubers, the Telegram channels, XYZs have increased. So by looking into each and everybody's thought process, you are getting confused. So instead of getting confused, read the subjects thoroughly. Then you will not be having any of the confusion, guys. Okay. So let us discuss something of the previous papers, guys. Okay. So from the Earth and its origin, or the space, guys. The space and the universe. So when we talk about the universe and the space, first of all, we should know what is universe, because from the universe, most of the factual questions are being asked, guys. They cannot play with the questions when they are asking about the universe. Only factual information they will be giving. For example, one of the question was asked and they have talked about the terms like the event origin, the singularity, the string theory, right? So these are the factual questions. Until and unless you had an opportunity to go through it, you will not be knowing what exactly the singularity means, or what is the event horizon means. Okay, so after coming in the examination, explanation is good, guys. But before the exam, right, if we try, if as a faculty, we'll be trying to give you a little bit more, guys, generally. Because we think that we should give the students a little bit more, so that any of the question is asked in the examination, that should be given or attempted by them without any fear, and they should get the correct answer. But many of the students also think that the faculties are giving unnecessary information. More of the information is being given, right? Is this information necessary for the examination, right? So if you look at the themes guys, previous year question papers. For example, in 2017 this question was asked, which is related to the Earth's origin and evolution, and the next time they have asked it is in 2023. There is a gap of 6 years. So if you are seeing the questions of past 5 years, it's gone, you lost the link, right? There's a reason because of which I always insist the students to have 25 years question papers guys. Lots of questions books are available in the market, right? And many times what they think, reading one book is very very exhausting, right? Whether we get the marks from that or whether we get the answer from that or not, right? And the book will be costing 500 rupees guys. But what we do will be taking the volume of the book into consideration guys. Never the content will be taken. If some idiotic fellow is telling that the total of the prelims material has been concised in 50 papers, you will be first running for that. How can anyone concise the total of the geography in 50 pages? First you have to think that. Getting the point guys? People, they are coming up like that. Everything has been compiled in 10 pages. 25 tricks, clear the examination. If everybody is reading the 25 tricks, we'll all clear the examination, right? So sometimes the tricks are important, and until and unless you know the content, no trick will be working. Tricks will be handy, they'll become handy for you to choose the answer, but you should have the total knowledge in your pocket guys. Otherwise none of the trick will be working, because after the examination the faculties will be coming and telling that out of the 100 questions, let us talk about geography, not the others, 20 questions have been asked in the past previous examinations on an average guys. Okay, so out of that 20 they say 5 are extremely difficult. So 25 questions are coming into the extreme difficult categories, right? Then they say the difficulty has been reduced in 10 of the questions, and they say 50% of the questions, if you put a little bit of efforts, you can put the correct answer. Okay, and for the rest of the 5 questions, which say 25% of the questions, they are very very easy. Even if you have not read, just listen to the classes, you will be in a position to give the answer, right? Every time this analysis comes, then why the students are failing? Why they are unable to clear the preliminary examination? Because they are lacking the conceptual clarities. Okay, so in 2017 one of the question was asked, and in 2023 one of the question was asked related to the evolution and origin of the earth guys, right? And when it comes to the universe, the sun related question was asked in 2022 guys. Okay, space and the universe. So when we talk about the space and the universe, what are the other things you should know in the space? Try to be vocal guys. Okay, try to give the answers, and not necessary to think that whether I am giving the right answer or the wrong answer, because we don't know, we are sitting here, right? So it's not a compulsion that you should know or give the correct answer. Whatever the answer you know, try to give it off. Space, first of all, you should, why we have to study the space in geography? Because we have to understand the position of the earth guys. Where in the universe the earth is present. That is the important reason for which we have to study the universe, right? And when we are talking about the universe, who is the person who first gave the description of the universe, right? Who has coined the term universe? Okay, because one of the question was asked in the previous examination. We may think that, will they ask the person who has coined the term? It has been asked in our previous examination related to the plate tectonic theory. Right. Related to the plate tectonic theory, one of the question was asked and they said, who is the person who coined the term plate tectonic theory? So we cannot deny any of the point which is being asked in the previous examinations, maybe 20 years or 25 years ago, because the themes are getting repeated once and again, guys. Always the themes are getting repeated because the current content which is entering into the geography is very, very less, guys. If you talk about the geography books, every fellow says that you have to read Goching Long, G.C. Leong. Have you seen when the first edition was? No additions except once or twice. The same thing is being given in the Goching Long because geography never changes and history changes. People think that history never changes and geography will be going on changing. And that was our essay question. Okay, so anything we discuss in the preliminary examination, that will be helping you to gain the momentum in the mains, guys. And again, the people will be telling that this is prelims related content, this is mains related content. That may be the contents in the other subjects, guys, not in geography. If you are reading about the plate tectonic theory, there in the mains they will have asked in 10 marks and in the prelims they have asked about the plate tectonic theory. Continental drift theory, they have asked in the mains, they have asked in the prelims. Right? The mountain building process, how the Himalayas have originated, they have asked there and here. Okay. Maybe in other subjects, you may be having the variation, guys. But here, the geography of India and the geography of world means geography itself. There is no distinction. We have created a distinction saying that this question has asked in the 2022. So what was this question, right? Sun related, guys. If a major solar storm or the solar flares reaches the earth, which of the following are the possible effects on the earth? What are solar flares or what are solar storms? Yeah, guys. First of all, the energy which is coming towards the earth from the sun, it comes in the form of three different variants. Okay, it comes in the form of three different variants, guys. One is the solar storms. Okay, and the other one is in the form of the corpuscular energy. And the other one is in the form of the insolation or in the form of the bundle of rays or the radiations having different wavelengths. Right. So these solar storms or the flares are the hurls throwing off something from the outer sphere of the sun, guys. Okay, hurls of protons. Right, guys, or the ionized particles, what we talk, guys. Hurls of ionized particles are the solar flares. So when the ionized particles are coming towards the earth in abundance, in billions of number, what will be happening? Okay, the GPS and the navigation systems could fail. Why they fail, if at all? If not, why they don't fail? Right, because all these GPS systems and the navigation systems will be working on the chips, guys, and you will be having the solderings present in the chips. When the solar flares strike the Earth's atmosphere, right, the soldering will be getting melted off because the energy coming through the solar flares is enormous, guys. If this side of the earth is facing the solar flares or the solar storms, everything which is coming in its path will be completely charred off. It will be getting burned off. Okay, so the entire life on this side of earth will be burned off and everything which is present here will be completely getting liquefied, guys. So obviously when the soldering is gone, the chip will not be functioning, guys. So the first is correct answer. Okay, second, tsunamis could occur at equatorial regions. So you should understand the basics, how the tsunamis are occurring. What is the reason behind the occurrence of the tsunamis? Why the tsunamis occur? What are tsunamis? Yeah, guys. Generally, whenever we talk about the tsunami, guys, people come with it's a huge wave. Number one, that is wrong. Tsunami is not a single wave, guys. It is a train of waves. Okay. The train of waves means one wave will be coming behind another and it will be going on continuously coming. Right. And the tsunami is a Japanese word. Okay. It is the harbor wave. So, the waves which are coming, they will be affecting only the harbors. If the people who have ventured onto the oceans, guys, suppose before the tsunami has struck, the people ventured onto the oceans, the fishing folk, right? Nothing will be happening to them. And when they come onto the coast, everything will be disastrous. What may be the reason? Because the wavelength of a wave in tsunami, guys, will be extending anywhere between 200 to 800 kilometers. The crest and the trough, okay, that will be extending anywhere between 200 to 800 kilometers, guys. 200 to 800 kilometers, which means for 800 kilometers you will be having the non-turbulent waters. There's a reason because of they say before the tsunamis, right, everything will be crystal clear. Yet they don't have any of the disturbances because it is a wave, guys. A big wave. So it will be very flat. So the people who are present in the oceans, they will be feeling nothing. Right. But when the tsunami is coming near to the coast, okay, on the coast we will be having the continental shelf, right? The shelf area. So here the tsunami has occurred, guys, and it is coming. So as it is coming, the continental shelf will be obstructing the force, guys. So when the continental shelf is obstructing, the bigger wave, a big wave is coming and that is being obstructed. So automatically what happened? The wave will be getting summed up and its wavelength will be amplified, guys. So it will be raising up. Bigger wave compress. So it will be having the increase of the wavelength. Right. And when the wavelength is increasing, automatically the water will be rising to that heights. And that water will be falling onto the oceans, guys, causing the effect on only the coastal areas. Right. But the tsunamis are the submarine earthquakes are caused due to the submarine earthquakes, number one. Or they may be caused due to any of the event occurring at the ocean basin. So it may be an earthquake or a volcanic eruption or sudden changes which are taking place on the floor of the ocean bed, guys. They may be causing the tsunami, right? In our Indian Ocean or in the Bay of Bengal, we had a tsunami. Remember 2004, December 25th, guys. 26th December. It's called as a Boxing Day, right? Why that tsunami has struck in that area? Because it's a tri-junction of the Indo-Australian plate, Indian plate, Australian plate and the Myanmarese plate. We are calling Myanmarese, but it is written as the Burmese plate only, guys. Burma plate, Indian plate and the Australian plate. It's a tri-junction. And generally, if this is considered to be India, guys, the peninsular India, right? India is, or Indian landmass is moving up. Okay, and also it is moving towards the east, guys. Okay, so it is subducting below the Tibetan plateau and also subducting below the Myanmar plateau or the Burmese plateau. So towards the north, it is moving at the rate of 5 centimeters per year, and towards the east, it is moving with the rate of 2 centimeters per year, guys. But what happened on that day? Suddenly, the plunge of Indian plate has taken place below the Myanmarese plate, and the plunge was for 15 meters. It will be going with the rate of 2 centimeters per year, guys. But on that fateful day, the plunge was for 15 meters. There's a reason because of which the total waters have got pulled inside and they came out, guys. Okay, so the tsunamis are not due to the solar flares. First of all, when we will be knowing that it is not due to the solar flares, guys, if you know something about the tsunamis, where they will be striking, how they will be occurring, and what are the effects of the tsunamis. Okay, then the third one, power grids could be damaged. Yes, guys, power grids also have something which is based on the electrical equipments, and electrical equipments will be completely getting damaged. Right. So what are exactly the power grids and why the power grid system has been introduced into India? See, what I am trying to do, guys, I am trying to dig it horizontally. Any of the sentence is being given, right? What may be the next related sentence which may be asked? Okay, so the power grids. What are power grids? Yeah, guys, actually it is a system in which the power is being transmitted from region to region, guys. Right, so we are having the national grids, we are having the state grids. Okay, because the national power supplying companies or the power generation companies are there, state generating companies are there, even the private companies are there. 50% of the thermal power plants in India, right, 50% of the thermal power generated in India is coming from the private people, guys. State grids, the state governments are producing around 26%, and the national grid is around 22%. So if the national grids and the state grids and the private grids are not joined together, right, the deficiency of the power cannot be substantiated into different regions. Okay, so the national power grids are also there, and there is a reason, because if you remember at the time of the Telangana, guys, they said that we are getting the power from Chhattisgarh and Kerala, they said, because the grid is interconnected. We were able to get that into Telangana, guys, right? The next thing is intense auroras could occur over much of the earth. Auroras are, yeah, these are the lightning like phenomena occurring nearer to the polar areas, guys, right? They are the lightning like phenomena occurring throughout the world in the entire regions of the earth's magnetic sphere, guys, magnetosphere. Earth will be having the magnetosphere covering total, right? So everywhere you will be having the lightning like phenomena, but the magnetism is concentrated nearer to the poles. There is a reason because of which maximum of the lightning is seen here, and we say that they are the polar lights, guys, because in the other areas the magnetic field is very much distributed, it is sparse, whereas near to the poles the concentration is there, guys. So near to the poles we will be seeing them. So when the elements are coming from the sun, right, the magnetic field will be causing the splitting of that elements, guys. The light photons or the electrons or the protons, anything which is coming, that will be split off by the magnetosphere, and the magnetism will be maximum concentrated to the poles. So obviously these are ionized particles. When they are coming, they will also get split due to the concentration of the magnetism. So obviously we will be having the auroras, guys, over much of the earth, because more of the particles coming, right, more of the areas will be having the auroras, right? So auroras, we think that they are concentrated only to the polar areas. They are not concentrated to the polar areas. Everywhere on the earth we will be having them, guys, and more number of particles occurring, more will be the splittings. That's it. Okay, then the forest fires could take place over much of the planet, right? So why the forest fires take place? First of all, yeah, guys, when the twigs or the branches are dried due to the late onset of the rainfalls, guys, right, the branches will be dried. Okay, and if that branches are swaying in the winds, the friction among the branches will be causing the forest fires, guys. So they are the natural forest fires. And all the time, whenever we talk about the natural forest fires, we will be thinking of only the Mediterranean region, guys. Right? In the other areas, the forest fires will be there, but the forest fires are not natural in that other areas. In the Mediterranean regions, the forest fires are natural, and in the savannas, the forest fires are natural. Because in both of the areas, you will be having the dry seasons. Right? Why the Mediterranean regions will be having the forest fires now? The next question. Because that is related to one of the question which I was asked in the previous year's examination, guys. Because the Mediterranean regions will be having the winter rainfalls. Okay, the Mediterranean region will be having the winter rainfall. So in the summers, the vegetation will be drying off, guys. And when the temperature is soaring a little bit more, soaring a little bit high, right? The drying is taking place at the fastest rate. And most of the plants which are present in the Mediterranean region, guys, they are not hardwood trees. The hardwood trees burning will be less than the softwood trees. Softwood trees will be catching the fire at the fastest rate, guys, because the arrangement of the cells in the softwoods are very loose. Whereas in the hardwood, they are compactly, condensedly packed. That's the reason because of which the hardwoods are hard to be worked upon, and the softwoods are easy to be worked upon. If anybody is given the softwood, guys, simply they can chisel the way and they can carve them into beautiful artifacts. That cannot be done with the hardwood. It can be done, but it will be very, very difficult because the compactness of the cells is more, guys. Right? So here the forest fires could take place over much of the planet. This side of the planet, which is getting exposed, guys, that may have the forest fires. Okay, it is not much, it is half of the forest fires. Half of the planet may have the forest fires, but the forest fires are what we said again, they are the phenomena of only Mediterranean regions or the savanna regions. Right. So in which of the areas of the world you are having the Mediterranean type of climate? So when we talk about the Mediterranean type of climate, we think that it is present surrounding the Mediterranean Sea. Spain, Portugal, France, right, Italy, right, and the Aegean Sea surrounding areas, Syria, right, Turkey, Jordan, Israel, Egypt, okay, Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. These are the countries which are surrounding the Mediterranean region, guys. Okay, but in other places also we are having the Mediterranean type of climate scene. South Africa is having the Mediterranean type of climate, guys. There you will be finding many of the natural forest fires. Okay, southwestern Australia, right, the Perth and the surrounding areas, they are also having the Mediterranean type of climate. The Chile and Peru have got the Mediterranean type of climate. California has got the Mediterranean type of climate. Right. Last time when the forest fires, the Black Friday, Saturday bushfires, what were seen in the Australia, guys, bushfires, Saturday black bushfires of Australia, right? And there it is only because of the CS type of climate, Mediterranean type of climate, guys, the forest could raise to the maximum. Otherwise, the forest would not have raised to the maximum aerial extent. Right. And the next area where we said that the forest fires will be seen, savanna. So generally what is savanna? Again, this is one of the misconception. Savannas are not grasslands. Savannas are the areas having park-like topographies. So they will be having the trees here and there, scattered trees associated with the grasses. Grasslands total area will be having only the grasses, right? But in the savannas you will be having the grasses and the trees. It was our prelims question. which of the following biomes will be having the park-like topography? When you are looking from the top, topography guys, top picture is called topography, right? So when you are looking from the top, how they will be looking, that is called topography. So in the garden, you will be having one tree and the rest of the thing is green. The same thing will be seen in the savannas. So the savannas are the dry areas. Why only the grasses grow or the trees which are xerophytic will be growing there? Because of less availability of rainfall or the water, right? So automatically if they are dry, the grasses will be drying at the fastest rate guys, and they are the harsh grasses, again they will be swaying, causing the forest fires. See, until and unless you analyze in this manner guys, we are not going to clear the examination. Okay, so whatever the analysis you have to do while preparing while doing the preparation only guys. Don't think that I'll be just reading and I'll be going to the examination hall and I'll be trying to clear the answers in the examination hall. Analysis part you have to do while you are preparing. So when you will be getting all these things into consideration guys, if you are reading the same sentence several times along with the conceptual clarity, right? And the forest fires, when they are occurring guys, the trees which are present in the savannas, they will not be burnt off. And even in the Mediterranean region, the trees will not be burnt off except the twigs. Until and unless the forest ranges are very hard guys, the trees will not be getting burnt off. What may be the reason? That was also our examination only guys. Because the trees are having the thick rough barks. Okay, if the barks are very thin, right, the trees will be burning at the faster rate guys. But how can we correlate that? Until and unless you don't understand the characteristic features of the Mediterranean forests or the regions. Okay, first you should understand what are the characteristic features of the Mediterranean region. Then only you will be able to give the answer guys. Okay, then the next one was the shortwave radio communications of the aircraft flying over the polar regions could be disrupted or interrupted. Obviously anything related to the electronics will be getting interrupted or disrupted, right? So out of all the question of all the sentences given guys, one of the hack, right, one of the hack or the trick is they'll be telling that all the sentences are correct. When more number of sentences are given guys, except science and technology, nowhere the questions, all the sentences will be correct. That is a trick guys. So first you can eliminate this. People think that elimination is not working because last time elimination technique has been disrupted because of the solar flares, right guys? So every time they'll be talking about the elimination, last time they got a little bit of disruption, right? But the hacks guys, tricks which are used in the civil service examination, if many of the number of sentences are given, never all the sentences will be true. So just take it off. Then if you understand what the tsunami is, the number 2 option is taken out guys. When you are taking out the number 2 option, in 3 of the places number 2 is there and the number 2 is wrong. Easy method is the answer is C guys, right? But this is when you are understanding what the tsunami is. If not, you have to read each and every sentence and each and every line has to be analyzed by you. Clear? So analysis is more important. At the same time, the knowledge is also important guys, right? The second of the question which was asked is related to the space and the universe. Which of the following reason is a reason why astronomical distance are measured in light years? Astronomical distances, right? Interstellar distances, galactic distances. You should understand what these distances are first of all. Without understanding what is astronomical distances, what are interstellar distances and the galactic distances, you first of all cannot give the answer, guys. Astronomical distance are used only in the solar system. Okay, and the unit of measurement is astronomical unit, right? And one astronomical unit is 150 million kilometers. Is the average distance between the earth and the sun is taken as one astronomical unit, guys. Okay, so within the universe, right, solar system is very, very small, and in that huge expanding universe, solar system is very, very less, guys. So in this, the deflection of the light ray, right, will be very less, because the light will be always traveling with the same speed. Okay, so until and unless it is reflected, refracted, diffused or scattered, the light ray will be just moving straight, guys. Okay, so this was again one question which was asked in our climatology, guys, right? When the energy is coming towards the earth, just now we said the energy will be coming in the form of three variants, right? So all the energies which are coming towards the earth, right, the total of the energy which is entering into the atmosphere will not coming or reaching to the earth. Okay, and that is called as the atmospheric depletion. Okay, how the atmospheric depletion will be taking place? By scattering or absorption or diffusion. It will be trying to come out from some or the other areas, guys, or the reflection. So until and unless you understand the basic concepts, right, you cannot come out with this answer, guys. So this is related to the speed of the light is always the same. And why the light always travels in a straight line? Okay, the light will be splitting, scattering, diffusing, right? It will not just travel in the same straight line, guys, right? The next is gravity of the stellar bodies does not change. Stellar bodies gravity, what is that, guys? The gravity which is existing on the earth, terrestrial gravity. Stellar gravity existing among the stellar objects. All the objects which are present in the cosmos are called as the stellar objects. What type of gravity is present there? It is a balancing force, guys. It's a force of equilibrium, right? Otherwise, the earth is going around the sun, right, in an elliptical orbit, guys. Sometimes we will be having the, what are the two phenomena which can be witnessed when the sun is moving around the earth? Perihelion and aphelion, right? So perihelion, when the earth is coming close, guys, to the sun, if you are having the attraction of the earth, simply they will be getting attracted, they will be getting collided, and you will not be finding any of the earth in the near future to come. But every object which is present here is having its own balance maintained. So here what's happening? Gravity of the stellar bodies does not change. So how this is going with the stellar bodies, right? The gravity is different and the astronomical distances are different. And the next one is the distance between the same thing, right? So the stellar distances do not change. They are going on changing, guys. Sometimes they will be coming close, sometimes they will be moving afar. So what is the only answer? The speed of the light is always the same, guys. Okay. Then the next thing is, which of the following are cited by the scientists as the evidence or evidences for the continued expansion of the universe, guys? Right. So how the universe is expanding? Actually, based on this expansion, right, concept of expansion only, we are having the Big Bang theory. Who else has given the concept of expansion while explaining the origin of the universe? Okay, so first of all, you should know who all the people gave the concept of expansion, guys. From whom the Big Bang theory's ideas have come out. Until unless you understand who gave the concept of expansion. Hermann Bondi said that the universe is going on expanding, and in the center you are having the void created, emptiness created. Into that emptiness, the new solar systems or the galaxies are coming. So first, that is the base or the root cause of expansion, guys, from where the ideas of expansion have been taken and the Big Bang theory was given. Right. And everyone think that the Big Bang theory is the truest of explanation for the universe, guys, the creation of the universe. But last month, right, the astrophysicists of American University, they claimed that the age of the universe, which has been given by the Big Bang theory, around 14 billion years, is wrong. The age of our universe is 27.6 billion years. So how can we get this into the Big Bang theory? If you don't know, or if you are not read this information, you will not be in a position to give the answer. So according to this new explanation, what is the age of the universe? 27.6 billion years, right? And Big Bang theory says it is 13.8 plus or minus 20 or 22 or something, guys. So we will be telling that it's an average 14 billion years, right? And the next thing about the Big Bang theory and the expansion, guys, Mr. Paul Steinhardt was the person who has come with the multiple universe theory, guys. What he said, Big Bang theory says that after the Big Bang, after the explosion, the universe is exploding or expanding in only one direction, guys. Okay, but what Paul says, when the explosion occurs, right, the particles of explosion will be splitting and moving or spreading in all the directions. Why they will be moving only in one direction? Getting the point, guys? When something explodes, right, why the explosive materials will be moving in only one direction? They will be moving in all the directions, multiple directions, guys. So the universe is expanding, but expanding in all the direction, not only in one direction. The one direction where we are present, that is our universe. It is unique to us, but there may be having several of the universes present. So it is the multiverse, guys. But it's also the concept of expansion only. So in the next future examination, if they are asking about the expansion, which of the following theories are associated with the expansion of the universe? You should be knowing what all the theories and what is the explanation given by them for the expansion. Okay, so this is related to the expansions, guys. See, here only we are having the Big Bang theory expansion, right? And we are having the multiple universe theory, that is the expansion, right? And the other one which has been given by Herman Bond, which we said, guys. Yeah. Then related to the non-planets, very easy question. What are asteroids and what are comets? For general information, what is an asteroid? Yeah, guys, it is a rocky or metallic object, right, which is present in the solar system between the inner planets and the outer planets, or between the Mars and the Jupiter, guys. Okay, so that is the asteroidal belt. So what you people know about the asteroidal belt? What are the asteroids also called as? Because this is how the horizontal digging will be taking place, guys. Once a term is been given, asteroid, on that any of the questions can be asked, because one of the theory is nearing to get proved related to the asteroids. Asteroids are said to be the pioneer planets, guys. Pioneer planets means they are the reasons, or they are the objects from where the planetary or a new planet can come up or get originated. Hence they are called as the pioneer planets. Okay, and there are billions of them are present in the form of a belt called asteroidal belt, and they are rocky or metallic in nature. And Earth is also rocky or metallic in nature, guys. So their constitution is similar to that of the Earth, or they are also terrestrial in nature. See how many different questions can be asked on just one asteroid. Right? Terrestrial in nature because they are made up of the rocks and the metals. Okay, and the next thing what we said, they are the protoplanets or the pioneer planets because there is a chance of new planet coming up from the asteroidal belt. Right? Because one of the theories says that any of the asteroid among the billions of the asteroids present, guys, if one of the asteroid changes its shape, okay, or it becomes rounded under its own gravity. Whenever something is moving, guys, within the space, right, they'll be getting rounded under their own gravity. Right? There is a reason because of which we are having the dwarf planets. Okay, so within the asteroidal belt also, if any of the object gets rounded under its own gravity, automatically what happen? Its velocities may change, guys. Okay, because of the surface tension, the velocities may change. When the velocities changes, automatically they will be leading to the collisions because all of them are moving in one velocity with one velocities. One's velocity has changed, so it will be leading to the collisions. And when the collisions occur, it will be cascading of collision, one behind the other. If you see any of the race, guys, if some XY is getting collided, all the people who are coming in the same way, they will be all falling in that area, guys. So they all will be having the multiple or cascading of collisions. Right? So when the collisions occur, the temperature increases. When the temperature increases, they are made up of the rocks and the metals. They will be melting off. And due to the surface tension, all the melted materials will be joining together to form the planet, guys. So what are asteroids? That is entirely different from what I have given the explanation, guys. This is called as the vertical and horizontal digging of the subject. Okay, so we know that asteroids are small rocky planetoids, while comets are formed of the frozen gas held together by the rocky and metallic materials. Right? So the dust particles, right, are held together by the frozen gases, maybe ammonium or methane, guys, and they are called as the comets. Okay, one of the question was asked in our preliminary examination previously. Right? When a comet is nearing the sun, right, we said the comets are icy particles, guys, gases. When the comet is coming near to the sun, what happens? Because of the temperature, right, the gases present there will be getting vaporized, right, and they'll be trailing behind. As you see the rocket going in the space, guys, you'll be having the gases trailing behind. So when the comet is coming near to the earth, the gases will be vaporized and they'll be trailing behind. So we'll be calling it as the tail star, number one. Right. Then after the comet passes the solar system or the sun, towards which side the trail of the tail will be. So while coming towards the sun, the tail of the trail was away from the sun. After passing the sun, which side the trail of the tail will be? That was our prelims question. First of all, we should know that it is made up of the gaseous material, frozen material. Then only they will be vaporizing. And when the vaporization takes place, guys, always the vapors will be trailing behind only. They will never trail in front. Right? So if they are passing the sun, where the trail will be? It will be towards the sun. Right? When it is coming towards the sun, it will be away from the sun. But when it is gone beyond the sun, the tail will be trailing towards the sun, guys. Right? So when we will be knowing, when we know that it is the gaseous material, guys. So asteroids are found in the orbits between the Mars and the Jupiter, right? And the comets are found between Venus and the Mars. Where we are seeing the comets? In our atmosphere, guys. In our atmosphere, number one, right? And the Oort cloud is a cloud, guys, where the comets are present. Oort cloud, OORT, which is present at a distance of 2000 to 5000 astronomical units from the Earth, guys. So from there, the gas balls are coming towards the sun. It is not present here in the Venus and the in between Venus and the Mercury, guys. They are present in the Oort cloud, OORT. Right, and from they are coming, guys. Right. So when you will be understanding what the Oort cloud is, because till the planets, guys, Neptune, right? Just beyond the Neptune, what is the belt called? Kuiper belt, guys. Right. Beyond that, we are having the scattered disk. Beyond that, you are having the Oort cloud. So until unless you know all these things, you will not be understanding from where the comets are coming, guys. Okay. So the knowledge is important and the factual information is important, and then only you can go with the analysis, guys. Right. Then, yeah, which of the following? So comets show a perceptible glowing tail, while asteroids do not. So just now what we said, the comets will be what? Having the tail, guys. So obviously the tail will be having the shine. Right. So it will be said to be having the glowing tail, guys. So this is how the analysis will be taking place, guys. Right. Then the next of the things which is related to the satellites. See, this question has been completely changed, guys, or the option or the answers have been changed now. When it was asked in 2009, which was the planet having more number of satellites or the moons? Was 2009. Okay, the Saturn. And which is having more now? Jupiter. Huh? Saturn only, guys. Again, it has been taken over by the Saturn. So until unless you know the factual information, your answer will be going wrong. At that time also it was Saturn, right? Later, the Jupiter's number of satellites have increased, and again recently, last before month, more number of satellites have been identified surrounding the Saturn. Again, the number of the Saturn satellites have been increased, guys. Okay. Then what are the names of these satellites? Because one of the question was asked for the, where is this? Yeah, Mars satellites, guys. Venus does not have any satellite. Mars is having 2 of the satellites, and that was our prelims question way back, guys. Long time back they have asked one of the question, and that question was related to names of the Mars satellites. Yeah, guys, it is the Phobos and Deimos, guys. Deimos and Phobos. Demon and Phobia. Okay, from them only the terms demon and the phobia have taken, guys, because they are shapeless. Generally the satellites should be circular, right? These are shapeless with the dark colored surfaces, guys. Hence they are named as the Deimos and the Phobos. And who are these Deimos and the Phobos? Whom they are named after? Yeah, guys, they are named after the Greek god of war, that is Ares. Ares is having 2 of the attendants called the Deimos and the Phobos. If you don't know who are they and from where they got the name, you will not be understanding the concept. See, geography is entirely different, guys, when you are talking about the other subjects. More of the factual information is required by you. More of the things has to be remembered by you. Then only you will be having the ability to go with the correct answer, right? Because every subject's approach will be differing. Don't take every subject to be on a same plate, guys. because understanding each and every subject will be different and application will be entirely different. Okay, yeah. Then the moon related one more question was asked, guys. Right, the same face of the moon is always presented towards the earth. What is that position called? All the moons or the satellites present in our solar system, guys, they are tidally locked. Okay, if only one face of the moon is shown to the planet, which means they are tidally locked. So which one is non-tidally locked moon or the satellite present in the solar system? Except one, all of them are tidally locked, guys. So which is that exception which is not tidally locked? It is the Hyperion, the moon of the Saturn, guys, which is tidally not locked. So why they are tidally locked? Because the rotation speed is same, guys. Okay, so the moon rotates about its own axis in 23.5 days, which is about the same time that it takes to orbit around the sun. Okay, there's a reason because of which only one side of the moon is visible. So the answer is A, guys. Both of them are correct, and the explanation given for the A is correct. Yeah. Next one was related to the planet. This is a very, very basic question, right, which was asked in 2008, guys. Right. If you know the sequence of the planets arrangement, guys, simply it is very easy to understand. And related to the what is, guys, remembrance of the planets in a sequence, NCERT has given, my mother has given some XYZ. Some fellow comes with my father has given XYZ. Right, guys? Simple way of understanding any of the sequence which is very, very long, guys. Cut it into 2 or 3 stages. That's it. You will be remembering, because when you are giving your phone numbers to someone, guys, you will be stopping after 3 or 4 numbers. Then again you will be continuing, guys, because it is convenient for our brain to understand the sequences which are smaller. Right? So first 4 and the last 4. Don't try to remember everything in a same sequence, guys. And we know that what is the first, second, third, and the fourth one. Fifth to sixth we know, and last one sun we know. So the Uranus. So the Neptune we know, then the Uranus, guys. Right. So Jason is a very easy method of remembrance, guys. Thinking of my mother told, my father told, and all. Jason, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The first 4 are easy to remember, guys. Okay, so don't try to remember them conventionally, which has been told by someone, because our method of understanding and remembrance will be entirely different. So don't try to put somebody's brain into your brain, guys. You will be getting confused. Okay, so when this question is asked, obviously between the Mars and the Uranus, you will be having Jupiter and the Saturn, guys, because Neptune is the last one. Okay, yeah. Then what is the average distance between the Earth and the Sun? 115 to 10 to the power of 6 kilometers, guys. Million kilometers, 10 to the power of 6. If it is 10 to the power of 9, it will be billion. Right. So the average distance between the Earth and the Sun is actually 149.5 million kilometers. So we will be telling it to be 150 million kilometers. Right. So this is the direct questions. 2 of them are the direct questions, guys. Simply you have to read them and try to remember them. Then comes this assertion and reason. Right. To orbit around the Sun, the planet mass takes lesser time than the time taken by the Earth. Why? What is the reason? What is the radius? Mars is smaller, guys, right, than the Earth. So what is the time taken by the Mars? What is the time taken by the Mars to complete one rotation? So revolution. What is the time taken? Mars orbit, guys. See, this question is purely related to group 1 and group 2. All these three, right? Where the factual information is being dumped and they are testing our remembrance, guys. That's it. Which are the patterns of group 1 and group 2. Only factual information will be given there. Here, there is no analysis present, guys. And civil services is known for analytical thinkings. So, if you don't have the analysis, obviously, you cannot clear the prelims. That is the general conception. But here, all the factual questions are being given out, right? So, to orbit around the sun, the planet Mars takes lesser time than that of the Earth. Is it right? We said just now, the Mars will be taking 25 hours, guys. And the Earth is how many hours? Yeah, guys, it is just a little bit less than this. Telegram, yeah. It will be given. Okay. Okay. So that we will be doing tomorrow, guys. Or after going back, we will be sharing this on the Telegram. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it is good because everyone cannot see them, right? Yeah. And the diameter of the planet Mars, guys. How much is the diameter of the planet Mars? It is half of that of the Earth. Diameter of the Earth is 12,750 kilometers, whereas the Mars is just 6790 kilometers, guys. Right. So these are the factual informations which you have to read and remember, guys. There is nothing like analytical thinking. Okay. Yeah. Then existence of the human lives on Venus is highly improbable. Right. This is correct, guys. First of all, the reason given is also correct. But other than that, what else can be inferred from that statements? Why the life is not possible on Venus? Yeah. The temperature on the Venus is very high, guys. Right. So that is also one of the reason. Right. The when the temperatures are high, why cannot the life sustain, guys? When the temperatures are high, right, what happens, the proteins will be getting denatured. Okay. So it is associated with the biology also, guys. The proteins will be getting denatured. When the proteins are denatured, the life will not sustain. Okay. We are sustaining because the proteins are intact, guys. If they get denatured, then the life cannot sustain. Right. And here you are also having more of the carbon dioxide, high level of the carbon dioxide. Okay. What was the levels of carbon dioxide? This is the horizontal digging, guys. What was the percentage of carbon dioxide when the Earth came into existence? Was there any carbon dioxide present? What was the primary atmosphere of the Earth consisted of? It was prelims question, guys, 2008 or 2009. The primary atmosphere of the Earth consisted of 98-99, guys, not 2008. The primary atmosphere of the Earth consisted of the gases, guys. They have given 4 sets of gases and one of the option was we don't know. Right. And all the intellectual people, they thought that how can UPSC ask a question where the answer is we don't know. But the answer is we don't know, guys, because we don't know from where the Earth has been originated from. Okay, so Big Bang theory says it is only for the universe creation, guys, not the Earth's origin. Right? For the origin of the Earth, you are having the planetesimal hypothesis. Okay, the gaseous hypothesis, the supernova hypothesis, the binary star hypothesis. Lots of hypotheses are given out and we don't know exactly from where the earth has originated, guys. So when you don't know from where the earth has been originated, because all these things are present in the interstellar spaces, guys. You are seeing the binary stars, you are seeing the black holes, you are seeing the supernova, right? You are seeing the planetesimals, everything is there. And each and every different scientist has given one explanation stating about the origin theories. So many of the textbooks, they say that because the earth has been originated from the sun, the primary atmosphere might have consisted of hydrogen and helium. But where is the proof that the earth has originated from the sun? Okay, because it is written in the NCERT, you cannot just say that because it is written in the NCERT, the primary atmosphere might have it consists of the hydrogen and the helium. Because the option of our civil services was we don't know was the correct answer, guys. So never think that whatever is given in the NCERT is to be, they will be the perfect answers, guys. Right? Your analysis is more important when you are coming with this set of questions, guys. Okay. So this is related to the space and the solar system, guys. So in this space, what are the things you have to read about? What are red giants? What are white dwarfs? Okay. What is the Schwarzschild's radius? Schwarzschild's radius. What is quark gluon? See, this explanation will be given in the Telegram channel, guys. What is quark gluon? Right? What are pulsars? Last year question. What is pulsar? 225cc bike. Yeah, guys, these are the stars which are moving, rotating very fast, and they are coming in, falling into the center, guys. General terms. So because they are rotating at the fastest level and coming into the center of the singularity, they are emitting more of the light, guys. So the fastly spinning stars are called as a pulsars. That's it. Easy way to understand, guys. So what are quasars? Okay. Pardon? Zoom అయితే లేదు. Okay. Right, guys. Okay. So these are the things which are present in the universe and you have to know about them, guys, because one of the question was again asked, what is red giant? Last year pulsars and quasars was asked. Previously one question was asked related to the red giant. Okay, then they have asked what is the limit to which the star has to attain to be called as a white dwarf. What is that limit? Chandrasekhar limit, guys. And what is the Chandrasekhar limit? 1/10 of the original size. See, geography is very factual, guys. Though the analysis part we will have to infer, but it is totally factual. See, whatever the discussion till now, what we have done, guys, are you getting anything other than the fact? Everything is factual. Nearly 75% of the total geographical questions are factual. You can take them from the previous questions 25 years, guys. Most of them are factual. But the thing is, the new techniques, as I told you, the elimination techniques, right? The techniques of hacking, every technique was present previously also. Okay, yeah. So this is related to the existence of the human life, right? Then the earthquakes, guys. So last year's question, 2023. In a seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than the S waves. No? Which waves are recorded earlier? S waves. Why? Why? What is the reason for that? Arey, P waves are the primary waves first to be liberated, so obviously they will be recorded first. Okay, P waves are the primary waves which are liberated first. They are the ones which are recorded first. S waves are the secondary waves which are liberated after the P waves. Right? And when it comes to this, guys, previously one of the question was asked related to the P waves and the S waves. What is the shadow zone of the P waves was the question. Yeah, 104 to 140 degrees on either side is the shadow zone of the P waves, guys. Which means that is the zone where the P waves are not recorded. Why it is not recorded now? See, one of the answer has come that the mantle is liquid. Okay. In all the textbooks they say that the mantle is solid. Right. The part of the mantle is liquefied because of the radioactive disintegration. Right. And some of the explanations I have given out saying that the mantle is a semi-plastic layer, not semi-viscous plastic layer. Asthenosphere is semi-viscous plastic layer. Mantle is the plastic layer. Plastic will be acting as a solid when the temperatures are less. Right? When the temperatures are more, it will be acting as a liquid, guys. So whenever the energy is given out in the mantle, and the mantle energy will be coming out due to the radioactive disintegrations, guys. Okay, so the radioactive disintegrations will be giving out the energy that will be making it to get liquefied. Okay, so here the P waves, right, why they are not recorded in some of the areas, we don't know at all because the interior of the earth has not been understood yet. And recently, just 2 months back, there was a news, an article has come stating that the earth is having the fifth layer. Okay, the innermost layer is a solid ball. Okay, but in our classroom, right, guys, we have given 4 more layers within the mantle. Okay, what are the layers which we have talked about in the mantle, guys? Asthenosphere, upper mantle, transition layer, okay, lower mantle, D double prime layer. Okay, guys. So where the fifth layer and how we can accommodate the fifth layer, because in the mantle itself several of the layers have been accounted, guys. So until and unless you read that subject and you understood that, you will not be knowing what the mantle is consisting of. Because the upper mantle, right, which includes the asthenosphere and the lithosphere, guys. Upper mantle includes asthenosphere and the lithosphere, and the lithosphere is solid and the asthenosphere is semi-plastic, semi-viscous, right? And the lowest of the part, that is the D double prime, right, is the one where the changing of the transformation is the melting of the iron oxides are taking place, guys. Silicates and the oxides are taking place. Melting is taking place. In the transition layer, the serpentine rocks are changing, the olivine rocks are changing into the serpentine rocks. So this is entirely new for many of the people, guys, because they have not studied these different layers present in the Earth's interior. So when you don't know different layers, how can you understand from where and why the waves are not coming out, guys? So the Earth's interior has not been deciphered yet, guys. We are trying to decipher, we are trying to get the information, but we exactly don't know. Okay, so that is the first one recorded earlier than the S waves. The second one is P waves, individual particles vibrate to and fro. Okay, they will be vibrating to and fro in the P waves, forward and backward motions, guys, compressions and rarefactions. Okay, if you see the compressions and rarefactions, the drilling machines, guys, when the energy is moving forward and backward, when the thumping is taking place, the penetrations will be deeper. There's a reason because of which the P waves can pass through the core, guys, because of only the to and fro motions, or the forward and backward motions, or the compressions and the rarefactions. Just to confuse you, the same sentence may be asked in the P waves, or in which of the following waves the earthquake particles will be moving as if they are moving in the sound waves. What is earthquake waves and the sound waves related, how they are related, guys? Because in the sound waves also will be having the compressions and rarefactions. Okay, so when you are reading one sentence in one of the area, guys, don't think that it will be restricted to that particular momentum. Anywhere it is having any similarity, the question can be framed, guys. Right, so here you will be having the to and fro movement in the direction of the propagation of the wave, whereas the S waves, they move up and down. Okay, because they are moving up and down, they are called as the transverse waves or the shear waves. And when they are moving up and down, they are having the frictions, guys. So their velocities will be reduced. When their velocities are reduced, automatically the penetration power will be lesser. And that is the reason because of which S waves cannot pass through the core. As the core comes, they will be getting deflected out, guys. So nearer to the core, right? So the S waves are not detected from 105 to 180. The total from 105 to 180, the S waves are not detected because of the up and down motions, guys. Okay, so if you understand what the S waves and the P waves are, right? So S waves and P waves, this both of them are correct, guys. Right? What are the tertiary waves differentiated into? Because the next question can be the next of the waves, guys. Primary waves, secondary waves. What are the tertiary waves differentiated into? Tertiary waves. Tertiary waves are the surface waves. Differentiated into, I am asking. The L waves and the R waves. Love waves and the Rayleigh waves. See, many times we will be knowing the answer, but we will be having a dilemma and we will not be in a position to give the answer, and ultimately we will be putting a wrong answer, guys, because we are having the ambiguities. Okay, so what will be the direction? Here the direction has been given, guys. S waves moving up and down, the P waves to and fro. What will be the direction of the love waves? And what will be the direction of the particles in the Rayleigh waves? Why the love waves and the Rayleigh waves are more destructive? Why the S waves and the P waves are non-destructive? Why the earth will be getting cracks, right? Only because of the S waves. These all the questions can be asked in the just this same sentence, guys, because beyond the sentence what we are trying to understand. Okay, so in the love waves, the earthquake particles will be moving up and down in a circular motion, right? But side by side, guys. Circular, up and down, but side by side. The Rayleigh waves, the particles will be moving up and down circularly. So what happened? The R waves, guys, they are causing the bowing up because they are moving up and down circularly, right? So they will be causing the raising up of the earth, guys, right? And the L waves also move up and down, but with an angle. So what happened? They will be moving like this. So automatically the one which has been bowed will be pulled to the another side. So you will be having the cracks formed. And the L and R waves are liberated simultaneously. That's the reason because of which previously they could not understand the differences and they thought it is a single wave and they said it to be the tertiary wave. But the technological advancements are more now. They can identify the slight variations. So one is going straight up and down, the other one is going with a slight angle. But both of them are liberated simultaneously, guys. So based on this, the other things what we can go on with, guys, the L waves and the R waves, their particles, how their motions, what their effects will be. Okay, so what exactly is an earthquake? So on the same earthquake, the shaking and trembling of a part of the earth's crust, guys, not the entire earth will be shaking. A part of the earth's crust will be shaking and trembling. That is called as the earthquake. Number one, right? The point where the earthquake originates is focus. What is epicenter? Number one, it is the exactly vertical place on the surface of the earth above the focus. Number one. What can be the number two, guys? This is the place where the earthquake waves are recorded first. Okay, at the epicenter only we'll be having the recordings first, guys. Right. Number three, what can be? Yeah, the intensity of the earthquake is maximum at the epicenter. Away from the epicenter, the intensity will be going on dissipating or decreasing, guys. This sort of understanding has to be coming while you are preparing, guys. Then you will be getting more than 70 questions correctly out of 100. Forget about 45 or 50 questions, guys. You will be clearing nearly 75 questions with ease if this is your way of preparation, right? Yeah. The next thing, guys, already you got it, right? Yeah. The desert formation and the climatic changes, guys. Which one of the following lakes in the West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert last before year? So this is again the factual question, guys. Right. So this Faguban lake is the one which has been completely got dried off, guys. Why the lakes will be drying off? More evaporations. Or the second is no influx of water into the lakes. Okay, if the evaporation is there more, we are having the salt lake, having more of the evaporation, but it is not getting dried up, guys. The salinity concentration is increasing because of the evaporation. Okay, when the evaporation is more, the salt contents will be getting increased, guys. The influx of water should be less. The amount of rainfall should be less, right? And this was associated with the climatic changes. So the water entering into the lake got depleted, guys. And the water which is coming onto the lake, why they get depleted? Because of the high temperatures, again the evaporation. So they are all interlinked. But the salinity will be increasing if the temperatures are increased. That you should understand, guys. Okay. Whenever the climatic factors are affecting, guys, climatic factors, important variables are, what are the two important variables of climate? Temperature and rainfall. These are the only two important variables, guys. Whenever we talk about the climate, we should talk about the temperature and the rainfall. Okay. So the decrease of rainfall and increase of temperature. That is the climatic changes, guys. Okay. Then this is the last year, one of the question was asked related to the canyon, guys. What exactly is a canyon? Canyon is an erosional landform, number one, right? It is the valley which is horizontally extended. If the valley is vertically extended deeper, it will be called gorge. Okay, if the vertical expansion or the vertically the valleys get extend, right, they become deeper, they are called gorges, right. If they are horizontal extended, then they are called as the canyons, guys. Okay, and they are the erosional features because of the running waters only they will be happening, guys. When the canyon formation will be seen, generally the valleys, right guys, always the valley should be V-shaped. When the river is moving, they will be creating the V-shaped valleys only. But in the canyons, the valleys are not V-shaped because the lateral erosions and the vertical erosions both will be taking place simultaneously. So they will be giving the U-shaped structures only. All the canyons, the Grand Canyon, if you look at the picture, guys, even the Gandikota is also now has become one of the important tourist destination, guys. Night stays, tents, everything is being provided there. Okay, so here not only the vertical, the horizontal erosions are also taking place, guys. Vertical erosions are creating the valleys. Okay, they are creating the gorges. The vertical and horizontal erosions are creating the canyon formations. Okay, what if the differential erosion is taking place when the river is moving? Vertical, horizontal, differential erosion. What is differential erosion? The softer rocks will be getting eroded at a faster rates and the harder rocks will be getting eroded at a slower rates, guys. Okay, so when the river is moving, if the differential erosion occurs, the softer rocks erode at a faster rate and the harder rocks erode at a slower rate. The softer rocks have got eroded, the harder rocks are intact. It was previously the slope was existing, guys, harder and softer. Softer got eroded and the harder is intact. So when the differential erosion is occurring, guys, you will be having the creation of the waterfalls. Very simple, but you will not be knowing until and unless the differential erosional concept is been given, guys. Clear? Yeah. In the same fluvial landforms, one of the question was asked, what are the meandering rivers? What they represent? Meandering rivers represent the erosional landforms, the depositional landforms, both the erosional and depositional, none of them. Depositional, erosional, both, guys. Okay, when the river is meandering, okay, the sinus flow of the water is called as a river meander, guys. When the river is meandering, right, the edge or the bank which is curved outside inside, guys, that will be having the implunge of water. So it will be going on eroding. On the opposite end, you will be having the depositions taking place, guys. It is easy to understand this phenomena if you are seeing any of the water flowing on the road, guys. After the water flows off, in some of the areas you will be having the stockpiling of sand. Okay, so one side, if you are having the slope, guys, you will be having the stockpiling of the sand. So it will be having both the erosions and the depositions. So observation is more important in geography, guys, again. Right? Imagination and observations are also very, very important. Otherwise, you will not be getting the answer. The more you imagine, see, not necessary for you to know the answer. Options are given. Try to imagine the option, guys. Imagination, right? And you will be getting the answer. The first question what we talked about, the comet coming nearer to the sun. Okay, the tail will be trailing away from the sun. But when the comet passes, the trail will be towards the sun. So just imagination, guys. When something is coming, the gases will be going beyond. When it is passed, the gases will be towards the subject. That's it. Imagination is more important, guys. Right? If you don't know the option, you have to imagine. Okay. Yeah. Then, yeah. So, what is Kaveri called? Kaveri should be called as the Dakshina Ganga, guys. not the Godavari. Because Kaveri is the only perennial river of South India. That was also our previous question, guys. Which is the perennial river of South India? Kaveri is the only perennial river of South India. Next time also one of the question was asked, why the Kaveri is perennial in nature? When all the rivers of peninsular India are getting dried during the summers, why the Kaveri is not drying up? Because it gets bimodal rainfall. Okay, the reaches in Karnataka receive the rainfall from southwest monsoons, and the lower reaches in Tamil Nadu, they get the rainfall from the northeastern monsoons. That's the reason because of it is not getting dried, guys. See, if you understand these questions and just try to correlate what we have talked, some of the people are there from my class, guys. Right? How better you can correlate. How easy to just get into the subject, guys. Okay. Yeah. So, that is Kaveri. What is related to the Manjira? Where the Manjira originates, where it flows, where it joins, whose tributary is Manjira? Whether it is a right bank tributary or the left bank tributary. See, one question, one term is coming, guys. You should try to get the total of the info. Yeah, it is the important right bank tributary of the river Godavari. Number one. Right. It originates in the Jamkhed Hills of central Maharashtra. Jamkhed Hills. Okay. Then it flows through Karnataka and enters into Telangana. Okay. And on this Manjira river, you are having the construction of the Nizam Sagar Dam, guys. After the Nizam Sagar Dam, right, the Manjira will be moving northward, and on the borders of Maharashtra and Telangana, it will be joining the river Godavari. What is the place where the Manjira joins Godavari is called as? Kalvakurti. Kandakurti. Okay, Kandakurti, guys, right? And Kandakurti is also called as the Triveni Sangam. What is the other river joining there? Haridra, guys. Okay, Haridra. See, this is how your analysis should go, guys. So, anything which is coming on the river Kaveri or the Manjira, you will be in a position to give the answer. Right? Where the Penna river originates? Huh? Where it originates? Karnataka's Nandi Hills, guys. It is moving in northern direction, right? Enters into Nellore and then takes the what is that? The eastern direction, guys. Okay, and at the place called Utkuru, it debounces into Bay of Bengal. So if you don't know where it is originating, how it is flowing, what you will be trying to tell, guys. Right? Yeah. Then related to the volcanoes. How the volcanoes are classified, guys? Based on the activity, the volcanoes are classified into three types. Based on the materials of eruptions, the volcanoes are classified into three types. Based on the modes of eruptions, the volcanoes are classified into two types. Based on the activity or the time interval, guys, between two of the eruptions, there are three types: active, dormant, and the dead. Based on the materials of eruption, that was last year's question. What was the question related to the volcanoes last year, guys? Which is not given here. Huh? From what type of eruption the black soils are formed? Huh? Basic lavas only give rise to the formation of basaltic rocks, number one. Right? What type of eruption is that? Fissure eruption. Okay. Exhalative volcanoes, effusive volcanoes, and explosive volcanoes. This is based on the metals of eruptions, guys. And the mode of eruptions, fissure, silent, right, or the central and violent. The central type of eruptions will be giving rise to formation of the mountains or the craters, central type. Fissure types of eruptions will be giving rise to formation of plateaus and the plains, guys. So the Deccan Plateau is formed from the fissure type of eruption, and the Deccan Plateau is made up of the basaltic rock. The basaltic rocks are formed by the cooling and solidification of the basic lava. Basic lava is the lava where the silica content is less than 50%. If you understand this, where you will be going in a negative zone, guys. You will be always going in the positive zone only. Okay, yeah. Then the Barren Island, what we say, it is the only active volcano of our India, guys. Okay, this is correct. Right. But when you compare the eruptions of the other active volcanoes, okay, in 2020 it has given a little bit of the gas, guys. Right. And the most important active volcano of the world is, which is also called as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean, guys. Stromboli is the very active volcano of the world, which is also called as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean, guys. Why it is the most active volcano of the world? From 1400 years, guys, without stop, it is going on ejecting the lava balls into the atmosphere. 1400 years. Continuously, no break at all. So if some of the lava balls are ejected, some of them are falling back, guys. It is like the graphic equalizer which is seen on the music systems. Some of them will be going up and some of them will be coming down. And that phenomena is taking place in the Strombolian volcano from past 1400 years, guys. And because of that, what is happening? The people who are entering into the Mediterranean region in the nights, because the lava balls are ejected, guys, they will be going into the heights. So just by looking at the lava balls, the glares which are seen in the atmospheres or the skies, the people are navigating themselves in the Mediterranean region. Hence they are called the lighthouse of the Mediterranean region, guys. Okay, yeah. So the active volcano is our Barren Island. Where the Barren Island is present? Andaman and Nicobar. Here Nicobar is the answer. So shall we go with it? Yeah. The Barren Island is present to the northeast of the Port Blair, guys. And the Port Blair is present in the Andaman group of islands, not the Nicobar group of islands. Okay, so it is present to the east of Andaman group of islands, not the Nicobar group of islands. Okay, then the last time the Barren Island volcano erupted was in 1991. It has remained inactive since then. After 1991, just now what we said, in 2000 also it has erupted, guys. Huh? Yeah, guys. So it has erupted very recently also. Right? But its eruption is in the form of small gases only. Right? So what is the other questions can be asked from the volcanoes? What is caldera? What are fumaroles? What is the geyser? What is a hot spring? What is a mud volcano? Right? What is a shield volcano? What is the acidic lava cone? What is the basic lava cone? Right? What are the geyserite? Geyserite. Depending on the color of the geyserite, you can identify with what elements they are made up of, the depositional elements, guys. If the geyserite are yellow in color, sulfur depositions. If they are gray in color, they are the calcium carbonate. Slightly creamy colored, they are the moffats, guys. Calcium carbonate depositions are called travertines. Okay. Carbon dioxide depositions are called moffats. Okay. And what is sapphony? Boric acid depositions are called sapphonies. This was our prelims question. Okay. So they have asked at that time, they have asked match the following, guys. Now what they will be doing? They will be giving 4 and they ask you to identify which pairs are correctly matched or how many pairs are correctly matched. Sapphony, boric acid. Solftaras, sulfur. Travertines, carbon dioxide. Moffats, travertines, calcium carbonate. Moffats, carbon dioxide. Okay, so now the questioning pattern has changed, but the same information is there. They cannot change the information, guys. Simply they will be changing how the way has to be asked. Previously directly match the following: A1, B2, C3, D4, XYZ. Now after giving 4, they will be mismatching 1 or 2 and they tell you identify how many of them are correctly matched. That's it. Okay. This is related to the volcanoes, guys. Okay. Just we thought of coming out with 20 questions today, but we have discussed only 15 or the 14 of the questions, guys. Right? Because already the time is over, right? Yeah. And actually today I got a little bit of delayed, guys, and the sir also he was not having the perfect timing of the classroom, right? So we will be giving the things we will be sending you through the Telegram channel number 1. Explanations will not be sent, guys, only the contents will be sent, right? Explanations will be doing in the classroom, and try to ask the questions, guys. Okay, if you ask the questions, then you will be getting the clarifications, because many of you have written the examinations, right? Already once or twice they have written their examinations, and last year also when we are talking about this rapid revision courses for the prelims, guys, 2 of the people who have taken the coaching in Vajiram, they have come and they said, sir, this is not the explanation what we got there. Obviously you will not be getting, because there the fellows will be trying to just complete the syllabus, and here we are trying to give you the contents, guys, which you have to remember. Okay. Yeah, guys. Bye. Want to ask anything? Bye, guys, then.